G'day world, I'm Peter McDonald. Since posting my profile on MySpace, I've been inundated with requests to tell people about where I live, who I am and what I do for a living, what my business is. Now, I was born in a very arid part of Australia in the mid-50s and I couldn't see the point of an education. There was just a really big wide world out there and I couldn't wait to get at it. So I left home when I was 14 and I just travelled around Australia and over the years I've been as far north, south, east and west as you can go in Australia, and I've seen just about every aspect of Australia you could see. Fabulous country. To give you an idea of what Australia is like and how vast a country it is, it's roughly geographically the same size as America. And for every square mile in America you've got 20 people. For every square mile in Australia you've got one. And it was usually me. I was out in the bush somewhere. If you leave in Western Australia, the largest state, if you fly out of Western Australia in a jet, in a jumbo, in a Boeing 737, and you fly to the top end of Western Australia, you'll fly for 6 hours and still be in the same state. That's how big Australia is, and largely unpopulated. We've got a population of about 22 million people, so it's nothing. It's 1/10 of what there is in America, and it's the same size. So it's a very vast, largely unpopulated country, and I've seen most of it. When I wanted to work, I'd go inland and work really hard. I'd work on the mines, I'd work on the roads, I'd just do whatever I needed to do, work as in construction. And when I'd had enough of work, I wanted to go and play somewhere, I'd just go and relax on the beach. Australia being an island, we've got a number of phenomenal beaches in Australia. Most of them, I like to say, in Queensland. And you'd find me usually up at the top end of Australia in a place called Port Douglas. If you've seen that movie Fool's Gold with Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson, that was shot in the township of Port Douglas and in and around the waters, and that's where I used to live and scuba dive, and there's not much surfing up there, but there's a lot of swimming and recreational diving and so on. And that's what I used to do. I just live on the beach, chill out under a gum tree, have a whole lot of fun, and when I run out of money, I just go back to work. And that was the lifestyle that I had, and I loved it, and I'd still be doing it now if I could. I started that lifestyle in my late teens, early 20s, and I'm in my early 50s now, and I'd still be doing that if I could. Unfortunately, about 16 years ago, I had an accident, a working accident, and I injured my back, and that put paid to my wandering lifestyle. But one of the things that I learnt while I was doing, while I was living and enjoying my life, is that you're never going to make any real money if you're working for somebody else. You can make a living, but you certainly can't design a lifestyle. And I knew, and I tried a couple of different businesses of my own, and I made a bit of money out of some, and I lost a lot of money out of others too. But that's all a good learning curve. I learned that you've got to be in business for yourself. And when I had my accident and I had to find somewhere to live, I chose to live in a town called Brisbane, which is the capital city of Queensland. On the Brisbane River. It's got a 1.8 million people live here. It's it's more of a country town than a city. It's a very relaxed lifestyle built around a meandering, wandering river. A lot of cafes, restaurants on the boardwalks of the river. A fabulous place called South Bank, which is designed specifically for relaxation and enjoying yourself. The Gold Coast is also, Brisbane is great because it's nestled between two landmarks that Australia's most famous for. One is the Gold Coast, and the Gold Coast Indy. Most people into motor racing would know of the Gold Coast Indy. And also the beach, the Gold Coast beach is about 12 miles long. It's just one great big straight long beach. It's fabulous. It's a very fast paced and very electric lifestyle down on the Gold Coast. North of me about 30 miles is Australia Zoo, obviously made famous by Steve Irwin. It's nestled in the foothills of the Glasshouse Mountains. Steve Irwin has done a lot for conservation and wildlife and protection of endangered species in Australia. And he's basically taken Australia to the world as far as conservation. And Steve is, he's dearly missed. His spirit is in Australia. His spirit is in Queensland, but we miss Steve dearly. He's a great bloke. Was a fantastic guy. I never got to meet him, but he was on my list of people I certainly would like to have met. He was a great bloke. And just south of, or southeast of Australia Zoo is the Sunshine Coast, which is famous for its intimate little beaches and little communities that are dotted along the coast. You can get, it's the exact opposite of the Gold Coast. It's relaxed, trendy, laid back. It's a great place to relax and wind after a busy life and just sit down and just enjoy the latter stages of your life. So I chose to live in Brisbane because it's halfway between the Gold Coast and the Sunshine Coast, but it is a great place to build a business. Now I want to finish off this part of my video with a mission statement, a task that I've set myself to do. In the next 5 years, I want to create 10 millionaires in my business. I've partnered up with some very, very successful people in America, and what I want to do is partner up with some people also around the world. We don't have to be in Australia. The good thing about the internet is that it's death to distance. So anybody, anywhere in the world, we can partner up together, and I have a mission to create 10 millionaires in the next 5 years. What I want to do is stop this video now, and I'm going to show exactly what I do for a living. I'm doing this, it's enhancing my life, and I want to show how I can do the same for you. So I'll pause this and I'll talk to you soon. So thanks for your time.